Imagine, if you will, a new type of podcast. A paradigm of the common mind, set to the soundtrack of your laughter. Prepare yourselves for a show that will leave you laughing for no reason at all. Specializing in the ridiculous are your hosts, Billy, Casey, and Mike. Your guides into the realms of the unsavory and offensive. Together they are Mystery Elephant.
Do do do.
Go for it.
Do do. Okay, and go.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a while for all of us here in Mystery Elephant Land, but boy, are we happy to be back entertaining you.
I mean,
Telling the wonderful, wild stories about what we've been doing through our trials and tribulations, the years, the ages.
we don't need a full intro.
My goodness, how long it's been. William!
It's just
You
a,
look
hey,
like you've
what's up,
gained 9
all?
years. It's fantastic to see you. It really is.
And 40 pounds.
Michael,
not
how
true. I
in the
lost a lot
world
of
it
weight.
looks like you've gained a child? Isn't that interesting?
Both figuratively and literally.
I'm just saying it in one sense. You decide. So, and all of you people out there, my God, look at all of you.
Are you going to talk like this all the
Look at
time?
how
Seriously.
wonderful you all look.
It's already too long.
Well, look, I'm dressed in the manner which I am, with my flannel shirt buttoned only the top 2 buttons.
That's right, essay.
Holmes.
Oh, God. Here we go again.
Casey's got delusions of, I don't know, Mexican.
Delusions of
Illusions of
wonderfulness.
mediocrity.
Delusions of pure average. That's what I like to think of myself as.
Oh man! So how's everybody doing?
Good, riding that median line.
It's a good place to be, honestly.
Living in the average, man. Living in the average.
I mean, that's really not horrible at all.
No, it's not.
Well, we haven't been on in, what, a year, over a year?
I have no fucking
Has it
clue,
been
dude.
that long?
Yeah.
It can't have been that. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was before I got married.
Yeah, it was right around. I think your marriage.
No, we
show was
talked
one
about
of the
your
last
marriage.
ones, right?
All right, maybe
No,
it was right after.
we brought up
definitely
episode
talked about your
7,
marriage.
so we were in December.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we did that.
Let's
I mean,
not
that was when
rob
we were
us.
puttering out.
Let's
Okay.
not rob us of the slow, fade away into
So
nothingness. that
still
we
been a
have
year.
That slow enchanted death that march into obscurity.
become. Ah, fucking Christ! I'm trying to get my fucking microphone.
But we've made our
adjusted.
way back.
We're back.
We've battled
Well, we
against
didn't.
all odds,
Not
like
really.
Phil Collins.
It's
Well, I
not
mean-
like we had challenges to overcome. We just went, let's do another show. Okay, cool.
So we have a 2016 recap, the year of years. I mean, this is almost serendipitous.
it really is.
Wow,
2016's been just a pretty
it's been interesting.
fucking. It's
a lot
been
of
a
shit's
year.
happened. Yeah,
Things
Yeah.
have happened. I mean, it's been a calendar year, all right.
we've gained members of the family,
We have.
which is exciting.
We've gained a new president-elect, Clinton.
Oh Lord, have we?
This is the alternate universe.
Oh, are we
Oh,
going?
alternate
Mystery
universe.
Elephant.
Are we going alternate
It's
universe?
cooler now.
I
Everything's
can't.
all right now.
I cannot fucking believe she got elected. I mean, a more blatant crook you could not.
Dude, I was blown
See.
away. I mean, she barely won the electoral college.
I'm really
I mean,
shocked that Trump got as high up as he did.
I mean,
It's-
he almost won the popular vote. He was
which
right
really
there
frightened
against
me.
it. I mean,
It's
that
really.
was
I mean, they're getting ready to do
crazy.
a
He was
recount
right
on
there.
that
Yeah.
because they're saying that he
I
did
heard,
win
Wisconsin,
the popular.
Michigan,
yeah.
and North Carolina all doing.
I can't
can't
believe
believe
he
she
got that
isn't-
close to winning, but instead we get this fucking power crazy, insane.
Who's only
war
putting?
hawk.
Did you notice she's only putting in people in her cabinet?
Oh, my God.
Like 3 Goldman and Sachs members. Are you
It's
fucking kidding me? 3 of them.
insane.
I still can't believe that, she's not even inaugurated yet, and bye-bye Second Amendment.
I mean, seriously,
They've
shouldn't
literally
give two
come and
shits.
taken all of our guns.
And just, I mean, the fact that she's just been so tight-lipped the whole time and not saying anything. I mean, would it hurt her to send out a tweet or two? You know?
The fact that she's not interacting with the culture more.
It's-
And already,
Yeah. She's like a robot.
Already moved into the White House.
Already.
Everyone else noticed that? She's already there. Like,
Can you
everything's
fucking
there.
believe that? I mean, a little decorum. You're supposed to wait till next month, and she's already moved in. It's
Crazy.
like she knew she
I
was
mean,
going to win
we'll
the
pay
whole time.
for you to like live elsewhere. It's fine. We're not going to worry about that little bit of money we're going to spend protecting you.
Fucking absurd.
How about Obama? pardoning Charles Manson.
It's fucking ridiculous,
was
dude. All the shit that's happening right now.
Where did that come
You know what
from?
really gets me though is is the fact that Putin is already threatening war. I mean, she gets elected, and it's like the next fucking day Putin's out there threatening war.
Yeah, but it's like a pillow fight war.
I don't know, man. It's Russia, you know.
Well,
I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of like this alternate reality.
the only reason we're doing this,
and it's only for one reason alone, is the fact that I was able to say, "Do you believe she won't even use Twitter?" Because like now that I've seen what a president-elect can do when they use Twitter, it's frightening.
Well, it's pretty scary that that's all it takes to piss off an entire nation. The whole one China thing, that was pretty rapid.
Yeah.
There's a lot to bring up.
This fucking cat, man.
And instead of bringing it up, we could talk about other fun shit.
yeah, we could, but
We could.
that's not who we are.
No, it's true. We've tried. We fail. We fall short at that.
I'm sorry. I'd like to be a part of this fucking podcast, but this piece of shit cat just has to be fucking let out.
She's sure she's just not a normal cat?
Watch her walk away when I get. Look at this shit.
She ran away to the other side of the room.
Come here.
Oh, there she goes. There she goes.
There she goes. She ran out.
And she's gonna want to come back in like 30
Yep.
seconds.
Fuck that cat.
So what new things have been going on? Let's start with you, William.
Jesus. Yeah.
Oh goddamn.
You have a year to catch up on.
Oh, in the last year?
Yeah, this is going to be fun. You know what? In 4 minutes or less, give us your year in review.
I say less.
Well, I got to think about this for a minute. I want to get it succinct, and I want to really get across to everybody listening exactly what I want to paint a picture with words, really.
Okay, Bob Ross.
I worked and like hung out at home. It's pretty rad.
Yeah.
It's a little boring,
That is
but
boring.
yeah, that's it. All right, that's my year in review.
So did you, like, one of your closest friends have, I don't know, a kid or something?
Yeah, Mike had a kid. Oh, Mike works for
so
me
we're
now.
we're not going. Oh, because Casey's a year. He doesn't want to talk about that. Whose segue is bad now?
I love right out of the gate. Right out of the gate, the Segway King.
I didn't segue that time.
No, that was your segue. You jumped in to jump in on Casey.
That's not a segue.
No, because now I want to talk about it.
No, talk about it.
I had a baby.
Mike did in fact have a baby.
He's amazing, and
A
I will
little
tell you
wee baby.
nothing about him. I don't want any of these fucking listeners knowing about my child.
Nobody listens to this shit.
If that were true, we wouldn't be getting requests to do more.
We have like 3 people that were like, "Hey, I'm bored. I know you people, so it makes it more exciting. Just say dumb shit."
Self-deprecating Billy. He couldn't even change in the year that we were gone.
I've changed a lot, my friend. I've grown.
You just said you've done nothing.
This last year has shown me much like a coming of age tale. I traveled down some railroad tracks to see a dead body with some close friends of mine.
Did a train come down the tracks and you had to run and jump out of the way?
No, that sounds stupid, like something out of a movie. I played, like Sandlot ball with a bunch of my friends. Dude, we had this crazy shit happen. The ball went over the fence to this guy that lived next door to it. This big motherfucking dog. It was crazy.
Did it have a Babe Ruth autograph on it?
I wouldn't be playing Sandlot baseball with a Babe Ruth autograph. Why? What?
Did you make out with Wendy Peppercorn?
Who I made out with is none of your business. Then, I found my little brother, and I took him across the country to participate in a video game tournament. It was pretty cool.
You found out that Casey was your autistic little brother?
Yep.
And took him across the
And I
country
took him across
to a video
the
game
country
tournament?
to a video game tournament.
I like dinosaurs.
I learned to play golf with the help of an angel.
Best fucking movie ever.
It's the shittiest fucking
You are
movie
a
ever.
fucking crazy man.
You're a bad human being.
He gives such great advice
You're
on
a bad
life and
person.
golfing. It's amazing.
Right?
All
And
I'm
of course, he's a black angel that is subservient to a white man.
he's not
You're
subservient to
racist.
anything.
You're racist.
Nope. He
You're
led that
a
path,
racist.
and he got paid for it.
Anyway, I learned a lot about life and who I am, really.
Yeah, you've learned a lot about movie plots.
You watch a lot of movies.
So, Casey, how was your year?
My year was interesting. You see, my year was much like a man growing into his own skin. It was similar to what I like to think the anaconda goes through after its first 14 years of life.
So let's talk about Star Wars.
I think more of an insect as it grows too big for its outer shell and it splits along the back.
I like to think of the hermit crab
And then it's really weak.
as it prepares for its adventure from one shell to the next.
Except that it doesn't. I mean, it'll take anything
The
like a
time
soda
in between
can.
is frightening. But my dear,
The time between is frightening, and I could be in anything.
exactly.
Ever
At
feel
any
it-
moment.
I really feel like we need to be honest with our listeners.
Yeah.
The reason that the chemistry's off is because we're just not friends anymore. We broke apart.
We really did
Beatles.
separate quite a bit.
Yeah, we did kind
I
of.
don't even know who Mike is anymore.
I mean, we split to a point where honestly I feel like I outgrew you, and then I found out I had only outgrown my old self.
you know what? I'm just going to go home.
And you were my friends.
You are home.
I needed you around.
I'm
I
back.
need you near. I need you close, and I pushed you away.
I mean, half of us were voted for Trump and half of us voted for Hillary.
That's not possible. There are three of us.
You figure it out.
Math works out. One
math
of us
has-
can't vote.
Oh,
That
it does
is
work.
true, yeah.
Oh, man.
Because
Uh,
his world doesn't even matter.
Yep, nobody cares about me.
Whatever he wants to say here, his only opinion, it means nothing.
Well, if
In
the
realm of-
Democrats had their way,
politics.
you'd be able to vote.
Wait, wasn't it a Republican that gave all the felons in Virginia right to vote? Which, by the way, I
I
didn't
thought
know
that was
about
Tim
until the
Kaine.
day
Terry
of election
McAuliffe,
day.
bro.
What?
Terry McAuliffe, he's a Democrat.
Democrat.
was- okay.
Okay, cool. I didn't know because I had heard they made it legal for felons in Virginia to vote, and I was excited. And then they repealed it. And then I heard it's going up for another appeal in front of the state Supreme Court.
Yeah, and it passed.
And I didn't know that, though.
Right.
Because the last I heard, it was going up. And then I'd also heard that they probably wouldn't even hear it until after the election. So I was like, oh, but apparently, no, they heard about it well ahead of the election.
just be honest. It's because you have MS. And
not.
sometimes 4 days feels like 3 months.
Well, no, that's true.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't even think that's MS related. I think that's LSD related.
Well, that's called paying attention.
Which, by the way, can we talk about how difficult it is to find LSD nowadays?
No, we can't.
Not that I'm looking. Not that I'm looking. I'm simply saying that if I were to look in this day and age, like, I remember when I was a junkie, finding LSD was really quite simple. Like, I mean, it was literally like a phone call, maybe two, maybe
That's fair.
two.
Mobby. Yeah.
But like, I don't even know who you would talk to get LSD nowadays. I don't even know if kids do LSD anymore.
I
Probably
feel like
not.
it's pretty much bath salts and
I know.
oxys. Like,
that's the thing.
kind
Is
of what
like,
I'm getting
I
from the
think
world
it's
right
bath
now.
salts and PCP or
And
something.
heroin.
Lots
Have
of
you
heroin.
noticed
But
everyone's
heroin's
doing
like
heroin?
But heroin's one that just comes and goes all the time. Like every generation
I
has
feel
to
like
go with
this is
heroin.
just a bigger swell.
I don't
like,
know.
I
I,
feel like that-
I just don't know the child's generation of drugging.
No,
I
I'm
don't know
talking
what's
about
going
just
on
if you
anymore.
look at current low income standings and the way that the heroin line is growing and the fact that it's as big in the Northeast as it is and everywhere else that it is, heroin has grown, man.
We need to bring back crack.
I mean, seriously, whatever happened to crack?
What LT happened to crack? You get a famous face and everyone stops doing it, man.
So bad. So bad.
So we saw Rogue One.
Who? You guys?
All of us.
it too.
Oh, that's right.
And our friend Kenny saw it with us as well.
Yes, it was fantastic.
Yes. So let us leave off our last show by, reviewing a
Discussing
Star Wars
a
movie
Star
Wars
and
movie.
pick up
A year later.
reviewing a Star Wars movie.
I'm cool with that. It's bookends, motherfucker.
That's the only reason you wanted to do a show is just to say that. Mike's been sitting on that line for like 8 weeks going, man, I can't wait till we do this again.
8 weeks. If I thought 8 weeks ago we were going to do a show, are you kidding? First of all, if I was sitting on that 8 weeks ago and we're just doing a show now,
Yeah.
then I hate you too.
Well, no, you had a kid.
yeah.
Nah,
You had
that's
a
okay.
you
I
had
had
a
a
Jack.
kid
You had a wee in.
4 months ago.
Right. I'm
Right.
saying
8 weeks
8 weeks ago.
We've been
it
waiting
was-
on you the whole time.
8
Yeah,
weeks ago.
right.
8 weeks ago, the lack of sleep finally started wearing on you, and now it's not fun. 8 weeks ago, you became a parent. It actually
Listen,
kicked
all
in.
I'm saying is the reason that Mystery Elephant was
You sound tired right now.
I'm very tired was
exhausted, man.
taken off the air for a while was because Billy attempted in 2016 to be his own podcast man.
No, that's not true. I only stopped
Podcastman.
doing this because we literally went like 4 weeks in a row where one or two of us did not show up. And I was just like, fuck it. I'm done.
I want
Mine was
I
a
want it
defeatism
noted.
thing.
I want it noted that you're right.
And then I
We
did
did
try
go 4
doing
weeks.
something, but then I couldn't do it. So I was like, fuck it.
We did go
Actually, I
4
didn't really
weeks
try.
with one or two of us not showing up.
Yeah, no,
but I have
absolutely.
the impeccable record of having showed up every time.
Right.
So it's
Like, I'm not saying
you
I'm
two.
not guilty as well.
yeah, but it's your house.
Yeah.
You just didn't show up at your house.
So why do
You're
you
always
feel
at your
like
house.
you should just be allowed to come to my house to do a podcast? I mean, I'm just saying.
That was actually how you sold it to us at one point. Was why don't you guys just come over and do the podcast?
Whenever you want.
You don't need me there.
Yeah, I did say that, but y'all didn't do it. So, not on me. Bam, lawyered.
Because every time we did a show by ourselves, you said it was shit.
Yeah.
And we have
That's not fair. I would have said whatever y'all did was shit.
That's fair.
I mean, true.
You're very true. We don't doubt that at all.
You can't take me saying it was shit for real.
But when you always say it, sometimes it just puts us down a little
You
bit.
literally
all right?
could have read the Declaration of Independence and I'd have been like, whatever, dude. Nobody
Speaking
gives
of
a
which,
shit.
we discussed bits.
Oh, did we?
We did. And I'm thinking reading the Declaration of Independence is not a bad bit.
That's a terrible bit.
So I'm going to
We,
start.
the people
You guys just go
of
ahead
the United States of America,
speak amongst yourselves.
hold these truths to be self-evident.
Wait,
I said,
that's the wrong one.
That
no.
all men are
All of them
created
are.
Schmeequal.
they didn't say we, the people of the United States of America.
You didn't say we the people.
Huh?
What?
Yeah, exactly.
You motherfuckers.
You son of a bitch.
Jesus
Don't throw me under no
Christ.
buses.
Let's start fighting.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Well, Left Eye did.
Oh, man, and she caught one right to the fucking eye.
Yeah, she did.
And then she burnt his house
Right to
down.
the Andre Rison.
I wasn't even talking about her death. I was talking about her ass kicking.
Whatever. They both happened. Same guy.
Dude, how fucked up? Like, let me take you back to the year 1994.
Fantastic.
How fucked
Let's
up is
take
it?
a journey.
You're dating a football player. He beats the shit out of you. And you're like, okay, I'll burn your fucking house down.
Yeah.
And she did.
Yeah.
And she goes
With
to
him in
jail,
bed.
and the NFL does nothing.
No.
And people go, "Well, I don't think the NFL's turn their back that often. I don't think there was that much going.
They weren't
on."
going to do a shit about Ray Rice, but they had to.
They had to. And they went, "Oh well, I guess we gotta step in here."
But he's really good.
Yeah, he makes that team a bunch of money.
Yeah. So, guess what I did this year?
Would you
do?
fight somebody?
I had a baby.
Woo!
Wait, are we talking about this again?
What?
Wait, with your wife? Woo!
Greatest show ever if you'd have just went, no.
Her too.
Her too would have been acceptable, yeah.
Of course, with my wife.
How's that going?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Fatherhood is fun.
Do you like it?
The only reason I'm bringing any of this up is because this show has followed my relationship all the way from the beginning.
really
That
has,
is true, yeah.
yes.
From you first dating her all the way through.
Yep.
Yep.
Now we have a kid together.
Now you
And
have a
she
child.
left me.
Not yet.
No, right? I haven't pissed her off that yet.
Yeah,
That
no, you
much
still
yet.
got a little while, buddy. Come on. Don't put the cart before the horse.
I'm living with Casey.
Oh, God.
Yep.
Your life is sad.
It'd be like the worst buddy show ever. Like, they're roommates and they don't do a fucking thing.
Oh, God, no.
It's like perfect
It's just
strangers.
both of you sitting on the
except we
couch
sleep in the
weeping
same bed, but
silently.
we're not gay.
Uncomfortably. We'll just stare at the wall,
Just-
and his half of the has a movie poster up on it, and my half has the glow-in-the-dark stars posted up.
Yep. And you both sit facing away from each other silently, just your shoulders kind of shake.
It's so sad.
Every once in a while, you hear one of you take a really like, hey, man. Ooh, sorry, I got something in my throat. Do you want to go out and do something today?
Oh, let's watch The Notebook again.
Nah, man, I'm good. Okay.
No, look,
And that
I've
was
already
just
been
that
through that
years, whole
relationship
days.
with Matt Wright. I don't need to do it again. All right. That was one time. That's a one and done. That's a thing that happened. I'm over it.
Now he chooses to do that by himself.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Only way I feel better.
I'm getting over it.
I feel like I'm just moving on.
So, is this our Christmas spectacular episode?
Christmas Spectacular-roso!
I don't know why you just did that.
Yeah, just have
really
Feliz
loud.
Navidad.
Wake you the
first of
fuck
all.
up.
Like that was super loud. Like
Right.
like rudely loud. Hey, can you hand me the nacho cheese?
Sure.
There is no nacho cheese.
It's nacho cheese.
Oh, the jokes just keep on coming.
Wait, I forgot what we were talking about.
Oh my God!
What?
You and your MS riddled brain.
No, it's once again, it's laziness and not paying attention
Oh, I
because
know.
we're not important.
But I blame everything.
it's fine.
I was paying attention.
no,
we
you
were
weren't.
just talking about it, and then I got whatever.
I blame everything on the microscoliosis.
I know you do. I know you do. I do not. I'm not letting him get away with it anymore because I know in about 3 years it's really going to be real. So from here on in, I'm just pulverizing him. I'm just not going to stop.
I don't like that you're putting a time on it. It feels like you're all just kind of waiting.
Well,
We
yeah, we
are.
Come on, that's not.
Hands down. I've been telling you, wheelchair bound. I can't
Look,
wait.
Mike took this year to be with his wife. That's the only reason we took the time off the show because now we're back. And
No.
this is what's happening.
You're not holding me accountable for this one. Trust me, the entire time my wife was pregnant, she would have liked me to get out to go do shows.
No, that's fair. Yeah, that's
Wanted to get
completely
rid of
fair.
you.
Yeah.
The fuck out.
It's like nothing interesting happened. Like, we're a topical show that didn't follow this fucking election.
I know this is
Yeah,
for
this
real.
election of all things to just.
I
piss
was
off
so
on.
wrong in everything I thought.
You really were.
I was way
love
off base.
that after it happened, you completely flipped the script. Like, yeah, I knew this would happen.
What? No, I didn't.
Backtrack now, Billy. Go ahead.
Wait, I'm confused.
See, the whole thing is every
I just
time
admitted I had no fucking idea, and then
No,
you
it's
said
true.
I flipped and
I don't
said
know,
I
'cause
did.
Every single time we had a conversation, I think every single one of us went, "Yeah, but Trump will probably win." I'm pretty sure,
No,
as I recall.
Not me.
We've said that.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Oh, okay.
And it's not because he
Oh,
didn't
okay.
think that Trump could win. Well, he probably thought that, but it was more along the lines of he could not believe the possibility that
Yeah,
Donald
no,
Trump
that's
would
fair,
ever
yeah.
be president.
Here's the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a real.
I'm well on record of saying there's no such thing as voting for the lesser of two evils.
yes.
It's for president.
Right.
It's the person who represents us as a country.
I told you they do
I thought
not.
there is no fucking way. Like, Hillary Clinton's a horrible human being. I was hoping, like, not a third party candidate. Look, one or the other would win. I really thought it would be Hillary simply based on the fact that, I mean, he's a petulant, lying child.
Yeah.
You know?
And what did
he's
I say?
not even a billionaire. He's a bad businessman. He had a reality TV show in which he orchestrated Penn Jillette getting to the end just so he could shit on him for calling his hair bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way. I mean, like, look, we're all sick of these politicians, but there's come on.
Yeah, but here's the thing. What did I tell you right after it happened? They are only going to elect the hottest first lady.
You did say that. You called that.
Let me think about it.
The more attractive first lady wins it. But I don't know.
That's one thing that really blows
I thought
my mind.
Mitt
is
Romney's
if we're
wife was
looking
pretty hot.
Yeah, with this.
Yeah,
we're
Romney's
looking at-
wife was hot, but Michelle Obama was known.
Guys,
and she
we're-
was hot too.
Yeah, that's true.
We're looking at the Conservative Party, looking at a party that just is completely out of bounds here. They're out of whack if they're this hardcore Christian moral basis, and they're going, no, it's okay to have a first lady who's been nude because she just chose to be in some lewd picture.
I don't see
No.
a problem with
Those
nudity whatsoever.
she was a model, and you can't hold that against her.
Yeah.
One and two, if you see those pictures, they're artistically done. They're not like Playboy spreads or.
But
Hey,
even
you're
Playboy
telling
spreads, for the
Playboys,
most
yeah.
part, fairly
I'm
artistically
sorry.
done.
I'm sorry, but you're telling me, guys, I'm not saying I have a problem with it. I'm saying I have a problem with that Christian base that is letting it be okay after everything else that they're willing to morally hammer down on people.
But the
over.
thing is that I think
Which is
being
bullshit.
a Republican or being a Democrat has become more important than who's running as a Republican or Democrat. And like, I think if you're part of middle America, you are Republican. You know what I'm saying? Like whoever's running, you are Republican, and if you're on the coasts, you're for the most part, Democrat.
But who's really looking out for either of those interests?
Oh, neither of them.
People.
They're
That's
all
a huge
bad.
swath of people who just
Democrats
feel
and Republicans
and
are basically the same and don't give two shits about any of us. But people are easily led. But I get it why Trump won now. Like I get it now. Like I wasn't even thinking about the shit, but this is
Joe Scarborough.
What?
Oh, I thought you were looking for a name.
Jeff Davis.
Jeff Davis.
I was talking about
for a name.
Yeah, when he said it was just when the factory shut down, nobody bothered to check up on those people afterwards.
You mean Confederate President Jefferson Davis?
Yes, that's exactly who I meant. He was quoted talking about Trump long time ago.
He
was a well-known soothsayer.
I did not know that.
It was actually the gentleman who is on the Harmontown podcast.
Yeah, he's on Harmontown.
I know. I was kidding.
But I was listening to their take on it. I was actually quite surprised with the way they handled it.
Fucking choke you. I miss you.
But yeah, Jeff made that comment that just people didn't check up on the people who all lost their jobs this whole time. Like everyone's been so concerned with safe spaces and let's all get along that nobody bothered to go, yeah, but a shitload of people have lost jobs in this country and we didn't bother going, hey, how you doing?
Yeah, all the big politicians, you notice, still go to the spots that are big, sexy ads. Like wherever they're going to get the big headline, that's where they want to go. As opposed to being like, no, look, there's a shit ton of average Americans who are just sitting around going, I mean, we work and just kind of keep doing our thing.
Trump doesn't give two shits about those people.
Not at all.
He doesn't give.
That's who he steps on.
Yeah, he's been responsible for a lot of unemployment himself personally. You know what I'm saying? But he stopped to talk to them at least.
No.
And that's more than anyone else bothered to do.
And that's what most of those people who were interviewed in that area said. They went, well, I mean, he showed up.
Yeah.
That's all it took. That was it.
Yeah.
He was the only politician talking about Flint.
Yeah. What the fuck is that about? That's mind-boggling. No. There are people suffering right now. We're talking about children, and the rest of us are willing to go, well, I mean, it sounds bad, but have you heard about Africa? It's like, come on, guys. There's a lot of bad shit going on here. Yeah, nobody's talking about it at all.
My thing though is like I've turned around. I mean, he is the president. There's nothing you can really do. I know everybody's all throwing desperation pleas out to try to prevent him from getting to the White House, and really, I'm kind of glad they are, even though they won't work. Because like, I mean, this whole Russia thing's kind of fucking spooky. But whatever. Neither here nor there. Huh?
No. This is bad. This
Russia thing is awful.
Don't try to stand up for the Russia thing.
Like half of our country, more than half of our country is now justifying by saying, hey, Russia ain't all that bad. Like, that's horrifying.
I know.
Instead of going, this guy is that close with Russia, what the fuck is going on? We should look into it. They're going, well, I can't admit I made a mistake. So, hey, Russia's not that bad. That's fucking terrifying.
But honestly, I think
Russia
it's louder.
Is that bad.
I think it's louder because it's more young people who aren't Cold War kids or lived during the Cold War that are speaking out loud. There are a lot of people out there who are like,
well, at the same token, we're also supposed to be a smarter generation in a world that looks and goes, we don't actually hate the Russian people. We just don't like what Putin is doing and what he is currently in charge of and orchestrating, like in Aleppo, where we're watching homicide on a massive scale that the UN and the president all back up and say, no, we need to stop this. But the president keeps saying, as he said in his final press conference this week, he said, we are going to continue to strive for a political agreement in some way to come to an accord, when it's clear that hasn't worked for the last 5 fucking years.
Nor will it.
I just want to, I beg to differ with one of your observations.
Please.
I hate Russia.
Right.
All the way through. Every single stupid face of theirs.
Sounds like you were about to give him some credence or something. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, I understand if you want to back up.
You can make your jokes.
It's cool.
I don't have a stupid face where I look like I'm deaf.
No, it's cool. No, you're good. No, it's cool. You've got the whole
stupid.
You got the whole bearded thing. You
look exactly like an American. Nothing like a Russian
straight out of
Stalingrad.
There's no way that you could be there. No, you're fine. No way that your family came over the Urals. Your height doesn't, match up with being the mountain folk.
It matches up to a lot of things.
You don't look Siberian one tiny bit.
Man, fuck those guys.
But like,
has my mic been off this whole time? I hope not.
no, it's been on.
Okay.
Oh,
But-
that would be amazing.
That would be hilarious.
I would be
That's
so
how we
happy.
start the fucking
I would be
show.
so happy.
No, I
That the whole thing though also is, I mean, we know 17 intelligence agencies and the administration, whether you want to believe them or not, but 17 intelligence agencies have come out and said, oh, the Russians absolutely were a role in this election. They're not saying like the election should be recalled or anything like that. They're just saying, no, they absolutely did.
attention. This
They
happened,
did
yeah.
propagandize. They did assist one side over the other. We're not saying that they did it, but or that they made the election go this way, but they definitely helped. Everyone's just going like, so shut up.
well, no.
I
Part
know.
of that,
That's horrifying.
part of that is also we got a taste of our own medicine, guys. We've
We
been
do it a
doing
lot
this
too, yeah.
for over 90 years to other nations.
That is
and
true.
now we just got a little taste of it. Wait a minute. Well, I'm not really
And
sure that
it's-
happened.
But look, this is the same fucking generation that when Snowden came out and exposed the NSA as spying on everyone.
yeah.
This isn't a generational issue, though.
No,
The
it's
older
not.
generation and the younger generation are all falling for this shit. This is a
Not
human
me.
thing. It's a human
part
thing.
of them are falling for it, and the other half are actually trying to fight against it. No one's discussing it.
No,
We
that
have
is
two
true.
different schools of thoughts that are just going at it, and we have echo chambers that allow those school of thoughts to exist. No one is having open discussion over this, and that's kind of what I'm hoping
can't.
this is going to be. I'm hoping that because some degree of the Democrats are starting to come around and go, oh shit, we don't listen. We don't pay attention. We don't know what the other half thinks. If we want to be smart, we need to sharpen our arguments and actually have open discourse.
Yeah.
Then you have certain level of Republicans that are going, well, maybe we need to understand this a little better. Maybe we have things we need to discuss and get involved in.
No, we're fucked.
Unfortunately,
fucked.
there's still too many people who go, well, set my ways, and that's what this and my
No,
religious
don't blame-
text says.
Don't blame that. Yeah, honestly, it comes down to our fucking. Why is our government allowing this? Our government is doing the same thing. Like,
Because the
oh
government
well,
fears the people.
Government doesn't fear the people in
government
this
does not
country.
fear the people.
You don't need to fear the people in this country. You just need to distract them. That's
Yeah,
it.
that's fair.
And that's what this whole thing was proven. I mean, look, you go through this entire election cycle. It went from literally everybody going, what is going on with the GOP? They're just falling apart. You know what I'm saying? To what's going on with the Democratic Party. They don't even care what their people are saying.
They're not, well, the
because
Democrats
they just
weren't even
barreled
talking.
over. Yeah, they
weren't
just
even
went, it's
talking.
Hillary.
They didn't actually
Anybody
bring
else
up-
said anything, they were like, go away.
I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about once Hillary got on stage, she didn't actually bring up any points.
No, she really
She
didn't do
never
anything.
brought like a conclusive, this is what we're going to do for this area of the world or this section of the government, or this is what we're going to bring back to you, American people. Instead, it was like, fuck that
I'm
guy.
surprised-
Hillary Clinton was a
the
very
woman didn't
embodiment.
bring logic to someplace.
Hillary Clinton was a very embodiment of entitlism. Like she just was like, oh no, it's going to happen. I'm owed.
I,
You know what
that,
I'm saying?
that was
Yeah.
completely glossed over, by the way.
What?
Because he wouldn't shut up. My joke.
No, I just got quiet on that one.
No, I saw you laughing. You'll hear it
I guess.
when you listen to the show.
I guess I will.
No, but yeah, fuck Russia. All right. No,
See,
no. I was gonna make a point. Sorry.
All right, go ahead.
The point being is, we are forgiving Russia. You know, a lot of the Republicans are forgiving Russia because it comes down to we got our guy in.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did this.
And
We got
your
our
guy loves Russia.
And rather than the the liberals coming out and saying, this is fucking crazy.
Yep.
Do you realize who Putin is and what Russia's doing? They're coming out with, oh, well, you guys didn't vote for Hillary because of all fake news. Well,
Yeah.
if you're peddling fake
Yeah.
news, they're gonna that gives
And
more
that's one of
ammo
the problems
to everyone else.
Is even going all the way back to MSNBC putting on a fucking fake 911 call. I mean, there are things that have happened that make major news sources.
The major news sources are
They
the fake
discredit
news.
themselves.
Yeah.
They do things all the time.
Like, you
now,
can't
sure,
trust
there are
ridiculous
certain
stuff.
degrees of like. I love that everyone is so focused on fake news. It's like, well, if you're that worried about it, just double check your source.
Yeah,
But nobody
That's
will.
really all you have to do.
we have the fucking
We have the
internet,
like
in
literally,
front of
you
us.
But most
found the
people don't-
fake
even
news.
with the internet
you
in front of
found
us,
the fake
don't
news
look.
on the fucking internet.
No, you're
all you
right.
have to do is open a new fucking tab and legitimately type in whatever the news story was.
Most people get their news from fucking Reddit or Facebook
And
or,
just the headlines.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's absolutely just.
They
the
don't
headlines.
read the story.
No
They
one
just
drills
read the
down, no one
headlines.
But even if
actually
you read the
checks.
stories and the stories are fake, they're not double checking it. Like, I know Reddit, you can find a lot of things and you find a lot of science articles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
that's great for that. It's just like when Wikipedia was having all those problems, like, yeah, for science and math and things like that, it was spot on. Nobody was fucking with it. It was the opinion pieces that everybody was fucking with.
Yeah.
So these assholes that just go out and read this stuff and it's fake and they're not fact checking, it boggles my mind.
And too many of them are actually going out there and finding the things that give them feelings. They attach their facts to the feelings.
No.
And then it becomes the fact dealings and this bullshit that people walk around. They shroud themselves in it. They say, this is who I am, this is what I am, and therefore I can't change. Whereas the greatest fucking thing we have in this world is the ability to change your fucking mind and go, well, let me consider a different opinion. Let me see this from a different ideal. Or in the worst case scenario, it's not an opinion. This is a fact.
Yeah.
You need to actually find the fact because this drives your opinion. So if you have an opinion based on a fake fact, then your opinion's fake and lost. So now people have to fight for it. And that gets frightening.
To play devil's advocate too on that, the facts are so...
Factual?
No. The facts that people are spewing...
Mm-hmm.
Facts, and that's in quotations. Like during our election, you had both presidential candidates saying, well, I have a fact checking on my site. I have fact checking on my site. And they weren't facts. They didn't have facts on their site.
Yeah.
So when people see that, they're just like, well, where are we supposed to go for this information? Like, how are we supposed to everything's fucked up. Everything's
you guys are like...
I mean, it's out there. I'm not saying
both sides have gotten great at spinning all the independent fact checkers. They make them look like liars, and it's that they're biased, whether they are or not. So nobody will trust anyone anyway. And then the big thing is people just tie their self-worth to their opinions. Like they feel like if their opinion's proved wrong, that means they're a bad person, so they'll never fucking back down off their opinion. It doesn't matter how much facts you throw at them. It doesn't matter if they do read that story and see that what they initially thought was wrong. They're going to go, yeah, but where are you getting that information from? Like you could literally, I mean, like I had a family member we were talking about Trump, and I literally pulled out one of Donald Trump's tweets because I was talking to, I don't even remember what it was, but it was talking about something that Donald Trump had said. And she was like, I don't believe that. He wouldn't say something like that. And I was like, no, he said it. She's like, I don't know who told you that, but they probably just made it up. I'm like, no. It was directly from him. And I pulled up his Twitter. I went back to like 3 hours earlier when it was said and like showed her. I was like, he wrote that. And she looks at it, his tweet, and just goes, yeah, I don't know about that. Because it didn't, but that's most people. That's most people. Think of every time you've ever had a political discussion with someone else, when you disagree with them and you start getting to an argument, there comes a point where you always sit there and you go, holy shit, like I just gave you a fact and you just refuse to acknowledge it. And the thing is like that happens in every conversation you have when there's a disagreement. Absolutely. You're doing it too at some point. You're not realizing you're doing it, but at some point they'll bring out an actual fact and you'll go, I don't know about that.
See,
you're not just realizing you're doing it.
But whenever I say that, I actually pull my phone out and go, I have no problem checking right now.
Proper
that's
response.
My thing. I'm not saying, I'm not
say,
looking you in the face.
I'll look it up too.
I'm not looking you in the face and saying you're wrong. I'm saying, you know what? I trust you, but I want to verify. I just want to make sure if we're staying on course here that we're in the same place.
Or I don't know about that.
I say I don't know.
As long as you're looking and actually going.
Yeah, but nobody does. Well, when was the last time you got into a political argument with somebody and they said, I don't know about that, let me look it up? And then pulled their phone out and started looking it up.
Oh, no, never.
That's never happened.
Never.
Have you guys ever spoken with me? I do that all the time.
No.
When we do this stuff with each other, yes.
Right.
But I'm talking about in general.
Oh, yeah.
In general, people do
I know what
not
you're
do
talking
that.
about. Right.
And like, it's not because they're...
And when it happens on social media, how the fuck does it happen on social media?
It's easier
That's where
on
I don't
social
get
media.
it.
Because
that
people just scan it and move on.
Because you're literally on the internet to be on social media.
All they want to do is piss you off. So, because now they're pissed because you went after what they believe in. So all they're going to do is say you're wrong and spew whatever bullshit is in their head that they think they heard, rather than say, hey, this was here. This was here. These are the facts.
It's all cognitive dissonance.
Invaded by aliens, and we're all going to be way better.
And the other thing is, the internet is just a giant echo chamber. We don't venture outside of the things that we agree with on the internet. Yeah, you can get all the information of mankind on the internet, but we don't. Why would we?
Yeah.
We have our own little forums we each go to. We have our own little communities that we go to. And those communities and forums all absolutely 100% agree with us. Why would we be on one that didn't agree with us? And that's where we're getting all our information. So we're only getting our information from the sources that already agree with us, that aren't going to give you the other side of the story, because why would they? That doesn't even make sense that they would. Yeah. So everything you hear agrees with everything you think. So when it comes time to talk to somebody else who doesn't think the same way, you're like, what the fuck?
Where did you
come from? Literally everyone feels the way I do, and you don't.
Witchcraft.
Like, obviously you're the problem.
Yeah.
Like, that's just how people are. The internet is a giant tool for learning. Just nobody uses it for that.
It's fucking
people
ridiculous.
Are assholes.
There was a girl on Facebook the other day, young, I think in her early 20s, was spewing about fucking, why is Russia so bad? Who cares if they did this? Well, because her candidate got elected. And I'm just like, I hope you remain pretty, because you have nothing else to offer anyone.
There's plenty of smart people that are saying that same exact thing. That's the issue. Is like, okay, just because your guy won doesn't make him right. That's the thing that's bugging me the most, is like, I know plenty of people who do not agree with a lot of the things Donald Trump says, but still voted for him. Mm-hmm. And they voted for him based on an idea. They voted on him based on, like, either they were protesting the current state of politics and they were just, that was their protest vote, was fuck you, the reality star wins. Or they were so against Hillary Clinton that they were like, fuck it, I'll vote for this lunatic.
Who really showed
regardless.
off that oligarchy and that portion that all the old politicians have been. Now, with Donald Trump, if you were paying attention at all, you saw that Reince Priebus was pretty much always around, always doing interviews. The head of the RNC was backing him and backing him hard. There was a reason for that. Once they figured how to throw their chips in there with it, it was kind of like, hedging your bets, really.
Yeah.
And they did it brilliantly.
Well,
but they played a great game, and now they're in charge. The RNC's in charge.
I'm seeing so much of people defending everything Trump does right now. Like, you hire a guy to lead the EPA that is currently suing the EPA because he's not happy about regulations on shit. Okay, that's a definite, like, conflict of interest in what you're doing. And, okay, if you call Donald Trump a liar, people will jump down your fucking throat about calling him a liar. Well, that's just people painting him that way. What has he lied? Show me a lie that he's made. And it's like, literally, he himself has said it was mostly rhetoric and he was lying, and that's what you do in business is you lie.
No, I understand, but that's happening on the other side of the aisle too.
What do you mean?
The liberals?
I don't know what you mean.
They're
defending Donald Trump as
I'm
being a liar?
talking about defending their views and going after, calling people racist. Oh, if you voted for Trump, you're automatically a racist. They're proponents for that.
That actually, I've noticed a lot of that has started to die down, and this is one of the reasons.
It's got to die down.
This is one of the reasons it has, and I come from watching MSNBC and Joe Scarborough a lot, where I've kind of locked in because Fox and Friends is just out of their fucking minds.
Oh yeah, like, dude, they've gone
CNN
off the
in the
fucking
morning.
rails.
I just
CNN
can't handle Chris
nutty.
Cuomo. I just can't. I want to fucking choke him in his hair. He's weird. He bugs me, man. So I've been listening to Joe Scarborough. I'm actually fascinated to hear how many, though, across the board, like the Washington Post, the New York Times, everyone's been coming out and going, look, we got it wrong. We didn't pay attention. We've been listening to the wrong things, and the wrong things have been ourselves. And it's time to break out of that and sharpen our arguments and actually pay attention. Mm-hmm. And instead of just calling people a racist and attacking everyone and just we cut them off and we don't sound smart, we start to sound dumb ourselves. So everyone's coming together, and there's been a rather large push to relax. To
Which
not
would
freak
be great,
out and not get
let's
everyone's
see it
throats.
actually relax.
But that's what I'm telling you now, as someone who has called himself a right winger or moderate right for my whole time able to, participate in elections. Mm-hmm. I am now seeing that and actively coming from as liberal a state as Connecticut as I did with the ideals that we have, and look at where those people are in New England.
Are you going to read your resume every time you answer a question?
I like raising my hand. I'm just saying. There's a lot of change going on. There's a lot of people who are opening up for discussion,
and also
which needs to happen.
And this is devil's advocate, for Trump and what the choices he's making for his cabinet. Like, he did come in and say, government doesn't work the way it works, so I'm going to change things up. I'm going to shake them up. So he's choosing businessmen. I'm not saying it's the right choice. I'm not saying it's the wrong choice.
He's not shaking shit up. He's going down the line with his picks. Like, none of them are a mystery. None of them are a surprise.
Well, the generals
half
have
of them
been.
paid for their appointments, and everybody knew they were going to get the appointments just because of the amount of money they donated to his campaign. Like,
That's
like
been
Goldman
going on
Sachs.
forever.
Okay,
But that's what he.
There it
that's
is.
what he ran on.
There it is.
That's
right
what he
there.
ran on. He ran on draining the swamp.
He ran on draining on the
All
swamp.
right, whoa! Don't say there it is. Like
No.
saying,
There it is.
I said I'm playing devil's advocate.
You're not.
For
You've been
Trump.
playing devil's advocate for quite a while.
Well,
so.
first of all, you had none of this right, and I wasn't for Trump or for Hillary from the beginning.
No. What I like.
I'm
okay.
actually not happy to see him, and I wouldn't have been happy to see her.
No, neither of them are good. Neither of them were a good choice. And instead of voting for either of them, there should have been a goddamn movement. But people are so
Bring Bernie back.
They're just rooting for their fucking football team. But the thing is he won. It's cool to support the president. Does not fucking mean he's right about everything. And the fact that people are starting to,
right.
that a lot of Republicans are starting to turn on that the Russia's not that bad, and Donald Trump is not a liar. He tells it, and what, this is draining the swamp? No, he's not. He just dragged the swamp up from the mid '90s and is using that one. That's all. His shit is more corrupt than any politician, and everyone's going, well, the other side's the same way. That's not a fucking valid argument. Just because you can't rape somebody and go, well, that person raped someone too. It's okay if I do it.
Well, and I look at it.
It's bad if he does it. It's bad if they do it. It's not. You can't just go, oh yeah, he lied to us, but so have all politicians.
But now I totally see your angle though, because I was of the ilk who was under like, look, I don't want Cruz because Cruz is just too out there, and I don't want Rubio because Rubio was 100% the RNC.
Yeah.
And then Trump got elected,
and we got that,
and he's 100% RNC.
Yeah.
So it's like, so the only thing that potentially changed was getting cooler generals in there.
And all I've been saying from the beginning was there is no Make America Great Again. He's going to do exactly what they're doing, but he is appointing people outside of the political spectrum. So let's see. He's our president, so I'm just going to see what happens with that, where it goes. Is it good? Is it bad? I don't know.
Well, that's the thing.
And yes, I'm saying, okay, he's following the same suit that the liberals have followed, and the rest of the. And
I actually like this more because I see where you're going. I see what you're saying, and I'm excited because now all of our eyes, if a tenth of this fucking population that has been so inspired, innately, wrought, people who have been really brought looking at this at the forefront of their lives, if they go, okay, I want to be diligent and vigilant over watching what these people do, because I want to see who got appointed. I want to see if they really stand up for what Trump said he was going to do for us. I want to see if our Congress turns around and does this. I want to see if the Republicans fall in line, the Democrats step up for the working class people. I want to see that. Unfortunately, it's going to be dead in 4 months.
Yeah.
Because the next Kardashian thing is going to hit.
Yeah.
Something else exciting is going to happen.
And
there's going to be something to
they're going to
distract
be
the
doing
people,
whatever
and
the
it's gonna
fuck they want behind the scenes because their president, I don't think even really wanted to be president. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he just wanted the publicity of having run and gotten close, and then he won, and he was like, fuck.
Well, I honestly, I don't think that towards the last leg of his race. I think that in the beginning. I don't think that towards the last because I think he was pushing full steam ahead.
I just find it hard to believe that a man who wants to try to actually make the country better is arguing and fighting publicly with the intelligence agencies that are going to be working under him before he's even taken office, is arguing with foreign leaders over fucking Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but how do you stay popular to make people see everything that's going on? Like Casey said, rather than in 4 months go to Kardashians, you stay on Twitter. That's how you keep people engaged.
I mean,
you reach out to them on social media.
To some degree, I get that. And
but he's arguing with foreign leaders on Twitter.
What he's doing is breaking up one China, which the research on that is a huge fucking deal, man. That was something that's like a delicate balance that we've been trying to play back and forth. And all of a sudden, he just went, "Hey, I'm going to put my balls on the scale. Come here, guys, check this out." Like it's really uncomfortable.
See where it goes.
But and by the way, all of this pissing on China for not, well, I think we need to deal with Taiwan differently. He also argued with Taiwan's leader over, like he said, oh, he lied about what happened in the meeting. Dude, he doesn't respect anyone. All of it is playing catch up. And there's so many people just going, well, now, I mean, I kind of see where he's coming from. It's like, He's the worst diplomat that's ever existed, like, period. He's just going to be a terrible diplomat. And, like, everybody kept going, well, whatever he doesn't know, he's just going to surround himself with experts. And it's like, that's why he has 16 fucking lawsuits going against him. Like, what? He doesn't make good decisions. He doesn't surround himself. And he is representing our fucking country. You would expect him to at least dial it back a little bit and not still be executive producer of goddamn Celebrity Apprentice.
Fair enough. What politician would you rather he acted like?
I'm not saying
Teddy
a politician.
Roosevelt. Or what president should I say? Well, nobody's going to be Teddy Roosevelt.
Honestly,
no, but think about it. In most recent years, what president would you like to see him?
Nixon.
Nixon?
Nixon. Look, explain to me why Nixon was a bad president.
Broke the law.
Lied to the American people.
President has.
Once again, not a good argument. You
How
can't
about
say it's okay
JFK's?
that he did something bad because somebody else did something bad. He still did something bad.
I mean, but he's already lied to the American people, so it's the exact same thing.
No, Donald Trump is lying to everybody.
That's what I'm saying. He's already
but
done
that's
it,
why
so
I'm
what the
pissed.
shit?
It's like, why are people justifying his lying?
Like,
why are
it's
people
fine
going, it's
for
okay?
him to lie, and yet we
Why did people
impeach another
justify
president?
every other president's lies?
We didn't. For fuck's sakes, it's not like, what are you talking about? Do you think that every other, Obama wasn't accused of getting ready to hand the country over to fucking
Bill
Muslims?
Clinton's words were under a fucking microscope for a year.
No new goddamn
For a
taxes?
year.
God.
Oh, yeah. Original Bush, no new
Holy
taxes.
shit.
Read my lips.
We shit on every president for lying. Clinton about smoking weed. Are you fucking crazy? We jumped down every politician's any presidential election. If you fucking have one tiny skeleton in the closet, we leap the fuck on that, especially lying.
You're absolutely
especially
right.
lying.
I'm
and
so
this
glad
man
that
has
you
carte blanche to
used
just go
all
nuts.
of these examples of people who got elected after they were under the microscope and got slammed. They were all elected.
Right, yeah, but we didn't learn this stuff about them until many years later when all this
The weed was during the election.
No. But now we're at a point where this shouldn't be acceptable anymore. I feel like now we're at a point where
one
everything
lie
should
that
be
turned into a
fact-checked.
controversy. Literally, Politico and like 4 different fact check places put him at over 90% lies on his last debate. Over 90% lies on his last debate. That means like probably him going, my name is Donald Trump is the only thing he said that was truthful. And that isn't either because he changed his name to that. So like he's a liar. And everybody just went, okay. Like it's a protest vote, that's great, but it's the future of our fucking country. If you really care about the future of this country, you don't just jump on the populist that pops out because, by the way, a populist uprising has never worked out well for any country in all of history.
I don't know. Duterte in the Philippines right now is crushing it by just having mass killings of any drug addicts,
that'll get it done.
Drug dealers or anything else. Have you seen the numbers? They've taken in $297 billion and wiped out, like, I think they said 1,300 mass executions.
It's ridiculous.
What is it? Jackbooted thug. That's it. Yeah, that's the term. Smoke?
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a quick break. I don't, by the way, I lost the files for the intro, the break, and the outro. So I'm probably just going to do like filler shit music and all this.
Oh, I can do something
another
real quick.
intro.
Let's do a crappy cobbled together one in like 15 seconds.
We'll do a Frankenstein one.
Yeah, we'll Frankenstein
That's
one.
a good idea. I also already have not taken a single note on what we're talking about, so I'll forget by the end of the episode.
This is going to be great. Welcome back, everyone.
We don't even have a website.
No, we
Feels
don't.
right.
The website's fucked. I'm not going to bother renewing the fucking... I'm too lazy to run a website. If one of you guys want to run a website, run it. I've got the domain. We can do it.
Saying run a website. Like,
I'm
what
lazy.
I'm saying is we'll just put it.
I'm going to put it on SoundCloud, YouTube, and then we'll link it to Facebook.
That's fine.
That works.
All right, let's take a smoke break.
Later. Oh, darkness, my old friend, I come to speak with you again. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed your break. You didn't even notice we were gone.
If I, manage to put anything together for the break, probably not.
We'll cobble something
Afterwards,
together, man.
Maybe I'll just do a really high tone beep that lasts like 3 minutes.
Can we please do some like fake commercials?
Yes.
We need to do some fake commercials.
You guys want to record some fake commercials? We'll do some fake
Have
commercials.
you drank
man.
Plexo lately? Have you noticed that your plexoritis is getting worse? Well, this will not help.
This may make it worse, but It's called Plexo Be Gone.
And it'll actually affect 97% of your bodily organs.
It may kill you, but Plexo Be Gone. Why not?
Gotta
Use
try it.
pinhole condoms. I did every time.
Looking for that sheer fill without that nasty fill up when you're done. Boy, have we got the product for you.
The condom company that makes more families.
Oh God!
Because when you want to keep them around,
Pinhole Condoms, a family company.
Made in Ireland.
I don't even know why that's funny. It just is.
that's a perfect spot
Because
for
the
it.
Irish just have kids.
They don't bother with condoms though. It's
true.
just an empty pack. Irish condoms.
Irish condoms, enjoy.
You can just imagine
Enjoy
it's
the
an Irish
sensation.
guy. It's an Irishman talking to an Irish lass, and he's just like, "Don't worry, me darling. I have a pinhole condom. You'll still get pregnant.
And you can pretend we tried not to.
I know we had a child just 9 months ago."
Or did you still feel like it's preventing STDs, darling?
It's not though. I don't know why. I can't do an accent to save my goddamn life.
But I want to hear it. That's the point.
Come on, lad. Let's hear what you got. It'll be a good
Well,
one,
it's
I'm
too
sure.
late now. Now I'm too conscious of it.
What's that?
I can't do it. I can't do anything now. Now it's definitely going to come out the wrong accent.
least you're not going to sound like a Welshman, right? Because heaven forbid if you sounded like a Welshman.
That's messed up, man.
I say we change gears a little bit from the politics.
Yeah, no, the politics is done. I think we killed it.
I kind of wanted to talk about Rogue One, but Mike
Yeah,
shot that
that's
down.
right.
So
No.
apparently we're not
I
allowed
want
to talk
finish
about it.
on Rogue One.
That could
That's
start
the
now.
high point.
That could literally start now.
But no, I do have a question. I have a question though before we get into this.
All right.
Any good TV shows in 2016 that you guys?
Marco Polo season 2 was great.
Atlanta.
Atlanta's
good.
Bad. Yeah.
I fucking love that show. Like
Yeah.
I can't. I'm angry with myself for waiting so long to watch it.
Well,
Because,
technically, it is
goddamn
coming back now, and I'm super excited to get a Sense8 Christmas special.
Well, that's the second season's the last season. They're not doing it anymore. Right?
Yeah, I know. It hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, whatevs.
It's
I
just
started
too much
watching
money.
the AO the other day.
How is it?
It's all right. I like it.
I mean, it's Netflix. It's going to be good.
Yeah, it's good. It's very good. It's like it's all right. It's like a Sense8 where they're not like, hey, look, one of us got a sex change.
Fair enough.
Well, no, you know what it is with Netflix shows? I found that there's so many of them now. Like, it's a full-time job just to watch all of the Netflix
Yeah.
It
shows.
really is, yeah.
So I just give them a try, and if it's not that they're bad, it's that it's just not part of my taste.
Yeah.
It's what has to catch me now. Like, because I
All their shows are quality, just some
think
aren't my thing.
We
Yeah.
all have pretty wide variety and wide taste, and every once in a while we go, I'm in the mood for something like so and so. So I feel like it covers all of my moods.
That it
I'm
does.
just not in the mood at that time for it. Like Marco Polo came out,
Yeah,
8 months ago.
Took me a while.
And all of
to
a sudden,
watch
just
it.
now, I'm like, oh fuck yeah, Marco Polo's back on. You know,
Well, I did watch, I binge watched The Crown. So fucking good.
it was incredible. I love
That's a
that.
pretty damn neat
really
show.
well.
brilliant.
And
Absolutely brilliant.
You know what? We were talking about fact checking, like a lot of the stuff that happened on the show. I'm like, did this really happen? And
Yes.
like the fogs in during the 50s.
Yep.
I'm like, this really fucking happened. So I found myself like just learning a lot about England.
It's pretty interesting. Yeah, it's pretty fascinating stuff. And there's actually a movie on there called a Royal Night Out, which is about Elizabeth and Princess Margaret going out and having a night on VE Day.
Oh
So
yeah.
they went out on Victory in Europe Day. The girls left the castle and went out and had their little evening. So it was kind of cool.
That is
Kind of
cool.
interesting.
I'll
yeah.
check that out.
I mean, they took liberties with it, but there was some truth behind it. So
You know what I
it's
want to
fun.
watch? It just came out last Friday. Is Barry the it's either a Netflix movie or TV show about Barack Obama,
Oh, I did see that. Yeah,
the young Barack Obama.
that looks interesting. I want to check that out. Yep.
Yeah.
There's another movie that's on my queue,
Jackie?
or that would be on a queue for a mystery server. That would be if it existed. That's like a night out with Barack and Michelle. Like it's the two of them on a date.
Southside with-
Southside.
Oh, it's
with
when
Michelle,
God, that looks
I
phenomenal.
wanted to say it's
like-
about their first date.
Yep.
Yeah.
That looks great too.
That
looks
does.
exciting. Yeah.
I mean, come on. Not to get into politics, but presidential wise, is there a cuter couple?
Look, they've been very presidential. I think they've held themselves very well. I think they're very good looking. They've done a great job.
I just meant they're cute, a very cute couple. They're like
that's what we're talking about.
I agree.
Not for what they've done. Look, no, we're not getting into the politics.
I'm not saying
of
they weren't
Barack Obama.
presidential.
They're they've both been very presidential.
They're-
They've been very.
But even then,
They're
like
very Vanity Fair.
you look back at JFK and Jackie, and it's like you just like where they like you can tell Barack loves Michelle.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, they're a hell of a couple.
Absolutely.
You gotta,
Like,
you gotta respect
As
them
a
as a
couple,
couple.
they're fantastic.
Like whenever you see, like, come on, Clinton, and we grew up on Clinton and fucking Hillary.
Those are two people that just live together because it's in their mutual best interest.
And we all remember that awkward kiss between Al Gore and Tipper Gore.
Oh yeah.
It's just
Oh, that was
Like,
uncomfortable.
you can just tell Barack is like, I want to finish for the day to hang out with my wife,
Yeah.
which I get.
Yeah.
I love
Whereas,
hanging out
Ted
with my wife.
Cruz and his wife, remember that
Yeah.
weird series that the
Yeah.
Cruz family came out with? It was like,
Well, it seems like they're all trying that because
Yeah.
it's like they set the for a married couple, like they are it. Like,
Yeah.
Who else? Jay-Z and fucking Beyonce. Come on.
They're a power couple, man.
Yeah.
yeah, once you're in the
They're
Illuminati,
royalty.
bro, you gotta
Yeah.
go big or go home.
Yeah.
So
So can we get to Rogue One?
Yes,
I guess.
Mike, what do you want to talk about?
Fucking Rogue One.
Hey, let's talk about any other movies that happened in 2016 real quick to recap.
That is true. We kind of got
Doctor
to recap.
Strange was fucking awesome.
Oh my god.
it
Well,
was really
let's start where we need to start. Civil War.
Yeah, Civil War was phenomenal.
Oh yeah, of course.
Great
Yeah,
movie.
Great movie.
What else came out?
Are we just going to do like 2-line reviews?
Yeah,
of every
pretty much.
movie of
Yeah, let's just
2016?
kinda go
That's what we're
through.
going to try to do.
People expect this from us.
I don't think they do.
I think they do.
I think a lot of people are probably listening right now, just going. I mean, seriously.
Or there's
just
someone
move
who's
on.
just not willing to yes and.
I'm not. This isn't a yes and situation.
It absolutely
It is
is.
not
It
a
abs-
yes and
it
situation.
absolutely
There is no
Obviously.
joke here.
All right. So now that that's been diminished, thanks for pulverizing our bit, Billy.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about
Womp
Rogue
womp.
One.
I'm just saying we're an hour in. You know Rogue One's going to take a bit of discussion. It's not like we're just going to go Rogue One. That was pretty good. All right. Well, end of show.
Was it good, Casey?
I mean,
No, just answer. Was
was
it good, Casey?
pretty good.
Was it good, Billy?
It was pretty good.
It was. I say it was very good. We're done talking about.
All right.
Rogue One.
Well, that was a good review of Rogue One.
That's all you need to know.
Peace.
So Rogue,
So that's it. It's like
That's
if we don't talk
everything.
about Rogue One, we're not talking about anything. But that's how I had to test. I had to test to see where Billy was at with this because it's just like it was like, oh, so we're not talking about Rogue One. What I wanted to do a recap, and here's why.
Okay.
Because you brought up a good point the
No, I
other
didn't.
day.
That's not true.
You're first of all, how are we not doing a rant of Batman versus Superman with you?
oh my god!
I think we did.
Suicide
Didn't we
Squad.
do a Batman?
No, it
versus
feels like
Superman
this all
rant?
happened. Maybe it has been.
I
Less
think
than a
we
year.
did a Batman
or
versus
no,
Superman
You know what?
rant.
Just
No.
us. The way
I
we
think
just
we
talk
did
and
one
hang
show
out.
back.
I think
we did. I'm pretty sure.
just the way we hang out is generally. No, we did actually
We
have a
did.
show on
I'm
Batman
All right,
versus
so
Superman.
fine.
We did.
That's like, but
No,
that wasn't my
Suicide
point.
Squad, I don't think we did.
Suicide Squad we definitely didn't do.
No,
'Cause
we
we didn't do
definitely did
anything
not
during
cover,
the
yeah.
summer. And you brought up a good point that Star Wars has DC angry because Star
Wait.
Okay.
Okay.
Seriously, humongous spoilers. We're not going to hold anything back.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah.
very good
Because
point.
just
If you
making that
haven't
comment
seen-
is a spoiler.
Okay, if you haven't
Fair enough.
seen Rogue One from this point on,
Or spoilers
remember
matter
we
to you.
love you and you are fantastic. Stop listening to the show.
Don't
No
stop
way.
listening. Just take the spoilers and shove them up your ass.
Or if you're cool with spoilers because you're going to see it and they're going to do a way better job than us explaining it, you should watch it.
In fairness to Rogue One, no. There's no real spoil.
Yes, there
I mean,
is.
there are.
Oh,
there
yes,
are,
there is.
there are cameos and things like that where you're just kind of like,
Because we're going to bring up all the Easter eggs. Let's get that out of the way.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that. We're
Yeah, we
going to
have to
talk
talk
about
about
the
that.
ending. The statement you're about to make is going to give away the ending
the
right
movie.
out of the gate.
You're gonna-
And then,
how's
like,
that going to give up the ending?
because not everybody knows that ending is that. Just don't
Doesn't end-
ask questions like that. We're preambling.
All right.
So that people have the
Spoilers
opportunity to
now.
decide. The idea is we all know that I narrate everything I watch, so I can go from beginning to end with that movie, just narrating what happened, and then go see my scene on it. But we're not going to do that. But I'm just saying there is going to be some scenes where we're going to do that because there are things that
There's
involve
one
people
scene-
that show up that
there's
do
one
cool
scene-
things that I need to talk about.
All right.
enough.
So look,
So
if we are
3,
reaching the point now that we are officially about to go. in
2,
3.
Wait. Are we going on
Two.
3 Or
One.
does
One.
1, 2, 3 go?
Now.
Spoilers. All right. What
Welcome
was
to
the
the
point?
spoiler zone.
So my point was the text you sent to us the other day after we saw it. Was when you said, I wonder if DC's mad that Star Wars did a better Suicide Squad movie than Suicide Squad.
Because it was suicide.
Yeah.
Whereas the Suicide Squad was not.
It was, oh my
The
God.
Suicide Squad was about a wonderfully tragic love story.
Oh!
Between the beloved Harley Quinn and Joker.
We're staying on Rogue One. I didn't do a rant about the fucking DC shows.
I know.
Cunt.
Every
Anyway,
single
go.
DC
We'll
show
talk
that
about the
sucked
DC
dick.
shows next week.
Yeah, next week
I
we'll
want to
bring 'em
save
up.
the DC
Yeah.
show load for next week because I've got some things to say about it as well.
Fair enough. All right.
But with Rogue One, it's the funny thing. It's like, they all die in the end, as they should, and as was right with the world, and made it perfect and wonderful and everything you would want it to be. And I'm just sitting here going, like, you gave a shit about every single one of those people who died.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas I watched Suicide Squad, and it was just a disjointed mess. It wasn't bad, but I didn't really care about any of those characters. Yeah, two of them
the
did.
Pyro and this is Suicide Squad. Pyro and
the
Slipknot.
Slipknot, yeah.
But that was the one that was like,
He tried to
that's how they're
expect-
going to kill.
He's a red shirt.
Yeah, pretty much.
That was fully because he came in later and then
Right.
died
Yeah.
real quick.
Yeah, nobody really cares.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. In Rogue
Which
One,
made it dumb.
Rogue One was exciting because it was a world-building scenario.
It was.
in
Dude,
which
it
you were able to
fleshed
actually
out.
get
Oh.
used to the rebels. You were able to see the rebels, the inner working of the rebels. You got to see
Which
I mean,
was
come on,
so fun.
Donnie Yen.
Jesus.
I just can't say his name.
Every single
man.
character.
But the fact that they were the protector of the wills.
Yes.
Which if nobody knows, and that means that you're not real geeks. The original title was Journal of the Wills. Because that was had to do with the Force and
Right.
and such and such blah blah blah.
Well, because they read and researched the Force, but
Yeah.
they weren't actually Force users when they found out they were just adepts of the Force. So they had that whole Force sense thing going on. But I mean, once Luke was pretty much done with the Jedi training, nobody knew.
Oh, you mean after 5 minutes?
Yeah, pretty much after he quit.
Can I just say, like, as we're going on talking about Star Wars, last night I had a very proud moment with my wife. We were laying in bed, and I was like, listen, I'm beat. Watch whatever you want. I'm going to turn over. So I turn over, and then all of a sudden, I hear Yoda. She turned on fucking Empire.
Oh, my God.
Nice.
On her own, to watch Star Wars on her own. I was like, well, now I'm not sleeping.
The thing, Rogue One, and I've said this multiple times since we saw it, I think is my favorite Star Wars movie. Not necessarily because of itself, but because of what it brought to everything else. I think Rogue One made all the rest of the movies better because I got more of a scale of how big the rebellion was and how hopeless it was for the rebellion. When they're all standing around the table, they almost dissolved it. They were done. They were done. They were done with the rebellion. It was over.
I mean,
You know what I'm
watching
saying?
that giant Manon ship, the flagship, that knowingly he's like, well, the commander's like, well, we have to stay here. This is it. This is our big get. This is the only chance we have, and we've lost over half the fucking fleet, and we're here doing this thing.
Yep.
Like, it was wonderful.
Dude,
and plus, it
everything
really
about
gives
it.
that little Easter egg to a throwaway to the Knights of the Old Republic, because the Manon are a huge part of that, so you get to see them in that. Chomper from Disney XD.
From
Rebels. Which is nice. You get that.
And they called out the ship and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Like they linked it to the cartoons, they linked it to the trilogies. But it was the scale and everything that it gave. It gave the scale of warfare because this was a war movie. Like you got more war in this movie than any of the others. Like there was legit war going on, and it was like, wow, this is fucking big.
And you got to feel that hopelessness against the Empire. Because when they're on the beach getting blown up against the Ewoks and Jedi, you feel like they kind of have a chance at this.
Yeah, because it's guerrilla warfare
it's
in the
Ewoks,
jungle.
so
but
you
you
don't
see
know
a
why.
line of them, and it's just the rebels getting mowed.
Yeah,
But
it's
I think throughout the fact that the thing that made this the most like any war movie, like if you're watching a Vietnam movie or something like that, is that when they're out and they're doing their thing, like in the beginning when they're trying to get Jin and they're on Saw Gerrera's planet Jedha. It's all going. The battles are all going around. The little trench warfare, the little rebel attacks, things like that. Those things are going on around them. This is how they live.
Yeah.
This
they
is
live to harass and survive.
This is Iraq.
So
This is
live in
Afghanistan.
war.
Yeah, this is what's happening. Yeah.
This is how it is, and these little bombings that go on and stuff like that people get caught up in.
Yeah.
One thing I will say about Donnie Yen, who I've loved all throughout all the Ip Man movies and everything, like
Hero with Jet Li.
Oh yeah,
Everything
he's fantastic
just
in everything, and he's an amazing martial artist. But a lot of people are really impressed with that whole scene where he walks out and he fights all of the stormtroopers, and none of them hit him.
Yeah,
because he's saying, "I am with the Force, and the Force," or "I'm with the Force, and the Force with me," and he keeps repeating that over and over again. They're stormtroopers. They had never had a chance to hit him. He was never in any real danger.
But that's what I like, though. They did show that the stormtroopers had some real fucking good aim.
No,
They were
the Death
popping
Troopers
people
had
left.
good
The
aim.
Death Troopers had ridiculous. That one dude just pops his head out for a split second and boom, which made Donnie Yen's walking through them that much more impressive because it's like they repeatedly showed you those Death Troopers did not fucking miss.
Yeah.
They were killing everyone, and he just walks past all of them, and it's like, yeah, Force is definitely with him, But like, it's the depth of everything. Like I felt like it fleshed out the way the warfare worked better, with the Empire, because like I was saying, the original trilogy and stuff, like the real battles with the Empire by that point, since it's all guerrilla war fighting, you had a Jedi with you. It kind of dampened the suspense. It dampened the cost of the war because you knew the Jedi was going to make his way to the end of that battlefield.
Yeah, but you're also following the Jedi.
Yeah, and you're
in those
following
first
the
three
Jedi.
movies.
Yeah.
In 4, 5, and 6, you're following what their story is. You're not getting a lot of. I mean,
What
Hoth
it's
is
like
about
for
the
a regular
most of what
soldier.
you're getting.
And there were two things that gave you that oh my God, war is so much different for somebody who does not have force powers than being on that beach and watching them all, and at the end watching them all get killed off one by one, and the pilot grenade.
The pilot was my favorite because it was just that fast. It was almost Band of Brothers like. It was just like, no, this is the true grit. This is what happens.
Like
Sometimes a grenade fucking blows you up.
But I loved the realism in his face when he realized the grenade. Like, because he had just sent the message that he needed to send, but it was like he knew he was. I can't explain it. An actor was amazing. He was great in the night of.
Great, yeah.
So like I knew he was going to bring a great acting role, but that face he makes when he sees the grenade, and it's that pure terror of knowing you're about to die and there's nothing you can do, but also like my mission's accomplished.
Yeah, I did it.
Like there was a confidence with the terror.
But
there.
I liked his death punctuated by everyone else's because everyone else's death was fairly heroic.
Well, Donnie Yen's was
ridiculously heroic, but his death was so fast. It was so sudden.
Yep.
Like everyone else got a fairly dramatic out.
And
he did not.
KS
his out was out.
went.
Holy shit!
I
that
mean,
goddamn robot, man.
That robot hurt more than anything
That
else.
goddamn
man, 'cause
robot when he
fucking-
died, it fucking stung.
And it was from the moment he first got shot.
Yeah.
When he first got shot and did the slow turn and then jammed his fucking...
You knew it was coming, and it was like...
I don't know, interface piece into the comm, and he's like, just run. And he just starts fucking shooting him. He was like, oh my God.
Oh, and he locks the door.
Yep.
He's
Yeah,
like, I'm
locks the
locking the
door.
vault door.
and he's just so calm through the
Yeah.
whole thing, and it's just like, that's... Wow, this robot just died an incredibly heroic
But
death.
to me, that's like he died an incredibly heroic death because you know him. He was the Groot. He was the Hodor. He was that character.
But he's
that
did
was
lovable off
like that's the
character.
other thing is like that heroic death. I don't know, man. I dug every aspect.
Well, my
That was
favorite
amazing.
part about him is he's programmed, but remember, he's off. They even say it from the beginning. They're like, I mean, he's not perfect. We kind of
he wasn't C-3PO who was scared of everything.
Right, exactly.
You know, he just did what he had to do, and you know he protected his people.
Yep.
Like that's just what his function was.
Yeah.
The other thing that gave it the most scale was goddamn Darth Vader.
Oh my God.
Nothing. Okay. Whole original trilogy.
I thought we would get to Darth because we haven't even talked about Ben Mendelsohn yet.
Oh, we can go to Ben Mendelsohn. I don't mind. We can hold.
I
off
say
to
we
Darth
hold
Vader.
off on Vader because he counts as one of the Easter eggs that we.
He was not an Easter egg.
No,
that was.
he was in the movie a lot.
Part
You're
of the
right.
Story.
No, you're right, but he was an Easter egg.
You know
He
what?
was
As
not
one
an
piece
Easter
that I
egg.
would like to bring up as a non-Easter egg, guaranteed. I was super impressed with what they gave for the CGI for Grand Moff Tarkin.
Oh shit!
too.
I was blown away.
Yeah, oh yeah, he was definitely not an Easter egg. He was in this movie more than he was in A New Hope.
And they did his character perfectly. I feel like they did a lot of good by that man who passed away in '94. They did a fantastic job.
They really did. Like it was I mean, like the CGI kind of took me out of it a little bit because we're almost there We're almost there.
Yeah.
We're just not quite.
Yeah.
So it's just enough to
Like the
pull me out a
mouth
little
is a
bit.
little
Some of the
off
glint in
and
the
it's-
eyes.
Yeah,
there's
but
a little,
I did love, because he's always been a favorite character of mine, because he stands toe to toe with Darth Vader, has absolutely no fear of him
He's the
whatsoever.
only one who's equal with
He's just
Darth
as
Vader.
powerful.
He's the only one equal.
And it's like, I've always loved that character. So seeing more of him before he's even Grand Moff, when he's just a general, and he's the same exact guy.
Well, and I also
He
really
does
like that
not care.
because going back and watching Empire, you realize that he really did rein in Vader.
Yeah.
Like a lot. Like, because Vader's just killing generals and admirals left and right, and Grand Moff wouldn't have allowed that. That was one thing that he prevented.
Well, I think the good part about it is, and they touched on it in Rebels, because Grand Moff Tarkin's on Rebels, and so is Vader.
Clone Wars. He was in Clone Wars, too, and he was great in Clone Wars.
They were both in Clone Wars. Well, no, he was in Clone Wars. It was Anakin at that point, but they also had the book about Tarkin, which touched down on everything. They both respect the shit out of each other.
Exactly.
Hardcore. So when it comes down to it, it's like, yes, he reels them in because they're on the same level in the Emperor's eyes. You know, the only reason that Vader took over is because that Death Star blew up in A New Hope.
That was the only
and
thing.
Tarkin was on it. You know, like, but yeah, it was Vader could be a petulant child at times, who was scary and amazing, but would just kill people. So Tarkin had to be the one to be like, dude, knock it off.
Yeah.
You know.
So
That's
it
not
was
how we do
really
business.
cool watching them bring him back from the dead
Literally,
to do a
yes.
huge role and do an amazing job too.
But I love the fact that they kind of showed it too. Like, they never shared any screen time in this movie, Tarkin and Vader, but it was like, go see Vader. Like Tarkin's like, yeah, all right, you're going to be this way, go see Vader. Like, he knew who to send to him, and vice versa, like, who's going to take care of what. And it was perfect contrast to Force Awakens with Kylo Ren and I can't remember the...
Denholm Gleeson, that's all I remember.
The general's name, who was...
Yeah.
That they hated each other, and they just would always fuck with each other. It's like, yeah, you ain't running it like Tarkin and Vader were
No,
running.
they
it,
had
like,
perfect balance. You guys don't quite have that. You're kind of just you're throwing it in each other's faces as opposed to respecting one another and going, no, that's just what you do, and I do this.
Yeah.
And I think they showed that beautifully. And Peter Cushing, I mean, he showed that in the first one in Episode 4. He did a phenomenal job with that, and I love that they were able to keep his same tone and character in this one.
Yeah.
Like, they really did justice to the character he brought to screen and brought to life.
They're
And it was great.
both vicious monsters.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Everybody seems to forget, like, okay, Darth Vader was a vicious monster, would tear people down with his lightsaber, or just using the Force in general. Tarkin was the one that blew up at Alderaan.
He
blew up a
wiped out
planet.
cities. Yeah, he wiped out cities.
He
He
was
wiped
just
out
like-
planets. Whatever.
He's
He
like, you're not
didn't
going to give me
care.
any
It was a
information?
means to
Bye.
an end.
Yep.
Like,
He was ruthless.
Absolutely.
I love that. Vader goes off on a temper tantrum, like a couple hundred people die. Tarkin goes off in a temper tantrum, a planet dies. It's like it's a good thing Tarkin kept his cool much
and
more.
that was his test.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to test this, see if it works.
Now that we know it works, we're going to go to a more populated planet and do this.
Yeah.
Because before it wasn't fully functional. Remember when he just, now that we watched what that Death Star used to do is the city killer?
Yeah.
When it was just being started when they were using one of the, because he was like, what was it? When they go to blow up the tower, he's like,
How many conduits are available?
use two of the reactors out of 8.
But I just thought they did a really great job with that. And Ben Mendelsohn played a great role.
Ben Mendelsohn played a really good role. He wasn't in it a lot, but it was really good.
Yeah. Well, no, he was the main villain. I'll give him this. Like, he was the guy. And I love that he was torn in it. Like, he wanted the power. He wanted to be where Tarkin was. He wanted to be where Vader was. And he was the one that came up with the plans for the Death Star.
See, to me, he was just never.
I think he was such a whiny bitch.
Well, not even whiny bitch. He never asserted himself well. Like, I felt like as a character, he just never gave a reason for me to believe in him in that level.
Without actually being menacing.
Right, yeah.
That was the problem.
But that's what I liked about it.
Tarkin
it
would
was
just
great.
look at him and just be like, you don't know.
It was great because he always fell short.
Yeah.
But he tried so hard and always fell short. And it kind of fit because even in his interaction with Mads Mikkelsen on screen, I'm going, you still fall short.
Yeah.
Like, you're doing a great job and he's a great character. he's just not enough to be a main villain concern for me, you know?
Yeah.
And especially, I don't know, it's Mads Mikkelsen, man. He steals the screen from me all the time.
Oh, he does.
He's
It's
just
so good.
awesome, man.
He was
so
fantastic.
good.
How about Forrest Whitaker as Saw Gerrera?
Phenomenal.
Which
Actually really does.
to kill him off like
Che Guevara.
you know, we're talking about all of the how this was a big war movie, you know, compared to the rest of the movies. But this is it was so devastating, so tragic all throughout for the rebels.
Oh yeah.
Like they killed him off fairly quickly.
But he
And
was
by
also
blowing
a
him.
terrorist.
Yeah,
like, they
and
made
that's
that
the cool
clear.
part is you get to
Oh,
see
yeah,
that the
I know.
rebellion makes it clear that they
Yeah.
go, no, we believe in fighting, but that's not our style of fighting.
Yeah.
Like this guy is going too far. You know, he's actually hurting people, and it was nice that it might have been a little political, but whatever. A nice little touch. I appreciated that. It kind of shows that there's humanity in all things. So.
Yeah. But no, I thought that was great. He did a great job, and to continue his story and finish it, you know, from Clone Wars,
Yeah.
it was fantastic.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So, and then
I love the parallel. I loved when when the pilot first gets there and he walks up slowly with the machines moving him along, showing that he's more machine than human, and then he pulls the respirator, and it's, I don't know if you noticed, the exact same sound effect as Darth Vader's.
Exact same.
It's the exact same sound effect, and the pilot flinched at it, and I was like, "Oh my god, well, that was so great!" They're just showing that, look, the good guys have their own fucking Darth Vader. Like this guy's just as dark. He's just on the other side, you know.
Yep.
I dug that moment. That moment made me happy. I was like, "That's pretty
And then there was the real Darth Vader.
Oh yes.
That was, like I said, the scale of it, seeing the rebellion from the inside, really from a regular soldier, not from a force user, and seeing how hard it was, how much the human cost was, really drove home the scale of Star Wars. Seeing Darth Vader march from one end of a hallway to another, effortlessly slaughtering everybody in his path, because here's the simple truth of it: if you don't have force abilities, you're literally an ant to this man. You are nothing. You have no hope. There is nothing you can do. You are dead. And he marches same pace from one end of a hallway to the other, slaughtering everyone in his path. And at the end, he yanks everyone's guns out of their hands. He could have done that at the beginning. He just was playing. He was playing, and you get that sense because you see that you're seeing it from the soldier's point of view. That's why Darth Vader was so fucking scary.
Yeah.
When you see the original trilogy Darth Vader, you're seeing it from another Force user's point of view. He's scary, but there's hope. When you see it from that soldier's point of view, he's scary, and there's no fucking hope.
Yeah.
No,
And
you're
that
fucking
makes him
dead.
so much
If
scary.
you stand in the way, that you don't exist.
I can't.
that's it.
That was great that they gave that to us.
That fucking ending was so... First of all, the effortless flow into A New Hope was amazing.
Oh my god, that Leia!
oh,
They
yeah.
did such a wonderful job with that.
But just finally getting to understand why everyone was so goddamn scared of Darth Vader. Because from Luke's point of view, yeah, he's scary, but you can take him. In fact, it's your duty and responsibility to take him.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I'm saying?
Obi-Wan is.
And from the prequels, you're watching him as a kid turn into this. So he's not really scary so much as opportunistic and kind of dickish. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But to watch him march through that goddamn battlefield was the greatest moment I've ever seen on film, because I went, he's Jason fucking Voorhees, except that he doesn't hide around corners and come out of them. He literally just walks in front of you and you're fucked. Like, I finally went, oh, like it clicked. Like I went, oh, okay. This is why they're so goddamn scary.
No.
yep.
When he's just flinging them around, he slams the one into the ceiling, he's cutting them to pieces. He just takes a blaster bolt in his hand and just moves it. He doesn't even deflect it. He absorbs it and refires it through force at another soldier, and he just yanks everyone's blasters out of their hands and then just proceeds to break
them
necks
down.
with the
Yeah.
force.
Yeah.
And you're just like, he is pretty much a god. He's pretty much a god. If you're a human being, he's the closest thing to a god you're ever going to run into.
And it was
that's why
phenomenal, yeah.
Luke was so fucking important. That's the biggest part of the scale I think it gave me, was it made me realize why everyone rallied around Luke so hard.
Yeah, they had their own Force user.
They had their own
It's huge.
God walking among them all of a sudden. They've had no hope. Their rebellion has almost been wiped out 3 separate times by that point.
And now they have Death Star plans, and they have a Jedi.
And they have a Vader on their side.
Yeah, that's huge.
And that changes shit because when Vader entered his own soldiers, when they were talking about him arriving, were terrified. You could hear the fear in their voices. And then when the rebellion starts talking about him arriving, they're terrified.
They're hopeless.
They are
have no
hopeless.
chance. They're just like, run. Just run. That's all
and
we
it's
can
just
do.
it's just like when you watch the original trilogies, when you watch the prequel trilogies, you're watching all Force users. So it's not that big a deal. Now you're looking at what's the power difference between these 2 Force users. Well, he's got more experience. This is going to be harder. And every fight between all the Force users have been real fanciful, and it's been like tearing down a fucking Senate room, like cutting Obi-Wan in half. Like it's been epic shit. And then you just see a regular dude and it's like, what are you doing? Like you literally no hope. And it's so fucking amazing.
Now that and I want to watch them all in order again.
It made them all better.
To watch from the beginning, where there's so many Jedis.
Yeah.
So many. Then you get to Rogue One, and there's literally, because like Saw Gerrera's not even really a Jedi anymore.
No, yeah.
Like he's more machine than man.
Yeah.
But to realize there's, because Obi-Wan's in hiding and so is Yoda, and we know that.
Yeah.
There's really one Force user.
Oh, yeah.
And he is the most powerful. That's why 2 of the most powerful Jedis went into hiding.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then to go in and realize, you're right. It gives that scale of like how important Luke was.
Yeah. Like like I said, it made every single other movie more important to me, knowing that. Like I was saying, they a while ago had the plans to make the TV show that was going to follow like basically the police stormtroopers in like Coruscant, and I was like, I want that desperately because I want that feel of scale. I want to know what life was like for a regular person, and I did like the fact that in this movie, the rebellion did talk about how the regular citizens really didn't care. Yeah. That the rebellion was causing more problems for them than the Empire was. No. And it's like, I want to see street level life for Star Wars because that will complete the picture of what Star Wars is for me. But Rogue One gave me what it's like for a regular soldier, and like that fleshed out the world of Star Wars so much for me that it made we were watching. I finished watching them too, the original trilogy afterwards.
I'm halfway through 6, but watching them again, it's like holy
they're
shit.
So much better now because now I have so much more a sense of scale and of how important these few people are. Because you're just following them. And it's like, Luke eventually causes the downfall of the Emperor, and that's a big fucking play. But really, you're talking about a group of maybe, 8 people total decided the fate of the entire galaxy. But you're so caught up in their story, you don't realize the scale of what these few people are doing. Just seeing Darth Vader walk that hallway made me go, holy fuck, they are gods. This is like watching Mount Olympus and going, what are they going to do to us?
Which I mean, and it gave you more of a scale too of how much damage the rebels did to, in A New Hope by blowing up the Death Star. How much damage, because the rebels were decimated.
They were.
We were talking about that. They were decimated. And at the end of that movie, they were really fucking decimated. Everybody was getting. They lost pretty much over half their
destroying the Death Star was huge because they wiped out a massive amount.
So I mean, they left Darth Vader wandering in his TIE fighter, flying over space.
Flying around for 4 weeks.
Oh, God, it smelled like leathery, sweaty bacon wrapped in, I don't know, whatever it was. I don't remember now. Feet wrapped in leathery, sweaty.
So it was fantastic to see that, and it was very cool to get the plot hole fixed.
And that did. It did it succinctly and perfectly, and it was like, oh, okay, that's why Event would go all the way down to the reactor core. The dude built it that way on purpose. Cool.
He wanted that. He only worked on it to make a weakness.
And
I love
for him. I dude, the whole thing was so good.
And Jan Orso Yeah, because we've talked about the movie.
Yeah,
She's the main
we've
fucking
talked about
character.
so much.
We have not even brought up
and
the
she
main
was so
character.
awesome,
she was
too.
fantastic.
Fuck, she was great.
She was great to follow. I think she did a great job.
Basically, the rundown, the plot of that is, because we haven't even gone over that, is Jyn Orso is the daughter of Galen Orso, who is an engineer that their empire's
Death Star.
Yeah, to design the Death Star. Well, her mother gets killed by the Empire, and she goes into hiding, and she's raised by Saw Gerrera, which you'll find out once you see the movie. And she gets brought into the Rebel Alliance to help find her father, and she joins up, and she becomes the leader of Rogue One.
And it is pretty phenomenal.
It is.
Like, she
so
does a great job. I wasn't sure at first. I wasn't really sold on what her character was going to be, just from one part of the preview when she gives the inspiring speech. I was like, I never believe the inspiring speech till I see him.
Yeah.
I want to see if you can get me. And she did a great job, man.
Yeah.
She sold me 100%.
Absolutely.
She was really good at it. Better than Rey in episode 7. I feel like her performance. Just her performance, not saying anything else, and not the character or anything, not knocking
She's
the
an
actress.
Oscar-nominated actress.
Yeah.
She did a fucking bang-up job, man.
She did.
It was a beautiful job.
That whole movie was done fantastically.
Yeah.
I fucking loved it.
Every character's tugged at your heartstrings. Finding out that Donnie Yen actually did all of his fights blind because those contacts blinded him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he was blind, so he created his own fucking form of martial arts just to fight that. It was just, come on, the guy's amazing.
Oh, yes.
And then just the interactions that they have with all the characters. I think they brought back a lot of what the original Star Wars lost in the first 3 episodes.
Absolutely.
In bringing back episodes 1, 2,
went
and 3.
a long way
Yeah.
towards making even the original trilogy better.
Yeah.
It raised all of them, in my
it
opinion.
did. It elevated
such a
everything,
good amount of world building. Like, I watched this one, and I watched 7 and was very happy. I watched 7 and was like, good. It's in good hands, better than George Lucas's hands. Like, we're good. And then I watched this one and went, oh my God, this is so good. Like, better than 7. It made everything better. It made the whole world better. It made me love Star Wars even more. And I didn't think I could really love Star Wars more than I did.
It's because Disney's doing it right. They're taking the Marvel movies and they're making comic book directors who are comic book fans and comic book geeks direct those movies, and they're doing the same thing with Star Wars. They're looking at all these directors who are filling in, and they're like, these are Star Wars fans.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you want these great directors who've done great things to direct these Star Wars
and
movies.
it's been great because you can even look back and go, okay, I'm thinking about it now after our discussion about Vader. I feel like I can honestly go back with 1 through 3 and go, oh, I see more merit. I see a little bit more in there because the genocide of all the Jedi means a shit ton more now.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Destroying all the Force users means a lot more. And watching Vader turn into that, so that way when he goes from no at the end of episode 3, now I want to watch Rogue One immediately following that, just so I can go, okay, he's that badass. It's worth it.
No,
It's
it took some time.
He can be a little whiny, but it's cool.
And that, you know what? Now when you go back, it's kind of like, wow, you kind of bridge that gap, because when he says no, it's the fact that they added that to Return of the Jedi. That's like the hurtful part. Just because I can see Anakin saying no to Padme dying,
of course,
because he was a whiny
Yeah, he was a
dude anyway,
whiny bitch.
and he's not quite Darth Vader yet. He's just not
He
fully there
wasn't.
yet.
No, he wasn't.
And in Rogue One, he is.
Rogue
He's
One,
fucking
you
Darth
see
Vader.
fucking Darth Vader.
You
And
know?
it's almost like the Star Killer Vader. I brought
Yeah,
that up. It's
yeah.
like, if you ever played the game Force Unleashed, I mean, you watch Darth Vader walk through a fucking battlefield and he's not getting touched and he doesn't care. He occasionally pulls his lightsaber out to flick the fucking blaster bolt by. Meanwhile, everyone around him is ducking. Like, it gives more credence to that. Now in the movie universe, it's like, oh man, he's so powerful.
Yeah, and he is. And I love the fact that this movie went right up to the front door of...
Oh, yeah.
4, yeah.
4.
Yeah. I mean, there's like a 10-minute gap between the two.
Yeah, legit. No, not even.
Not even.
Not
Yeah.
even, man.
Not even.
I mean, she's on the Corellian Corvette. She was gone.
Yeah,
Buddy,
it
they
starts
opened
with
them
the-
with that.
Yeah.
Coming right over top.
I'm just saying,
so
like, it's just, I loved it. I was so happy about it.
I do.
It's
It does. The
wonderful.
one thing it takes away is that one line where she's like, this
This is a
is an
diplomatic
ambassadorship. Like,
But that's why
bitch,
I'm saying
I
there
saw
was a
you.
gap. He had to get back on Like they
No, I
would have
know.
absolutely gone to hyperspace by then. He would
That's
have had
true.
to map the trajectories, gone after, found the ship, then come in, and by that point she could have some slight, if not incredulous,
And look, also
plausible deniability.
You have to look at those things. The whole point of the rebellion was to always be able to hide. So I'm sure if it's just a matter of sensor scans, changing their identification number, look, that shit we can do with our Wi-Fi now. I'm pretty sure they're capable of doing that.
It's
with
still
their
Darth
ship
Vader.
codes.
That motherfucker knows. But I do like that they also fixed the plot point of are the escape pods ready?
Yeah, exactly. That was a good one.
So it was pretty cool. They do it, and they show young Princess Leia.
Yep. They did that really. That was a fun little toss in there because I thought they were just going to cop out.
I
and
thought
do
they
the
were
back
just going
of
to
her.
show the back
and
of
I was
her
like,
head,
hey,
yeah.
I'm cool with
and
it.
I was okay with
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I was like, all right, that's fair. And then they showed her face, the CGI, and that CGI was a little worse.
It was.
It
than
was. I think it's
Tarkin's.
because of the white outfit. I think
Yeah, I
that might
think
have
so.
thrown
Did
it,
it
made it look
fuck
a
it a
little
little
more
bit.
shiny. Like her skin was shiny. It almost looked
Yeah,
like a
it was.
reptile. You know.
But overall, I mean, 5 out of 5 stars on that fucking shit.
Hands down.
I fucking loved
Holy shit, was it amazing?
that fucking movie. It made me so happy. It made me giddy. I was like, God.
Which was amazing to me because when she has the Death Star plans in the beginning, she's watching the hologram and such of her father, and those are the plans. I'm like, wow, they lost them. I'm like, how are they going to go back and get them? And man, that battle on that beach.
Oh yeah.
To
yeah.
save it all for me to be like, man, if you just grab the plans, just be over with already.
Even when that next ship lands, and remember we were like, "Oh, reinforcements are landing!" Billy and I got excited and we like tapped
I
each other
know,
like,
yeah.
"Reinforcements are landing!"
I
Like
know.
someone's there to save them. Like that shit was
There
intense,
was a
man. I
lot
was
of
locked
tension.
in.
Yep.
Yeah.
That final battle was just fucking filled with tension, and it was wonderful. I
And
was like,
the
God
whole
damn.
time you're edge of your seat, knowing everyone's dead.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
okay, little throwaway for me was the fact that the X-wings are that powerful. When it flew by, it was able to knock out a fucking AT-AT just by shooting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh yeah, you don't. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you. It is
And
a
you
big
got
deal
red-
when X-wings get in, you know.
And you got Red Leader and Gold Leader.
Oh, yep. And Blue Leader.
And, Blue Leader was in there, yeah, but I mean, Red
But he
Leader.
died, and they make mention of them all being wiped out, and it's like,
Yeah,
oh, okay,
you
because they
just know
mentioned that.
somebody's
Yeah.
going to take up the mantle.
And the fact that I watched Empire, and that's Rogue 2 that finds them on Hoth. So that was neat
Nice.
because there will never be a Rogue One again.
Nope. Rogue One is gone.
Go!
Man, it's crazy.
All right. Well, this was fun. I enjoyed doing a
This is
podcast
great.
again.
Yeah, this was a good time, guys. Well, we hope that everyone appreciated our time here,
We have like 3 people still
and we
listening
are
at this
ready
point.
for Christmas. We hope you are too. Next time we do this, I don't know if we're going to do a Christmas show or not.
We'll see.
We might talk about our favorite Christmas specials.
I'm
which-
ready to keep doing this every week again.
well, no, I'm just saying, are we going to do this on
it's
Christmas?
Christmas
'Cause Christmas
Day
Day
next-
is next time. So, I
Sunday.
mean, I'm cool with it. If
I'm
you're
cool with it.
We'll see.
I don't
By
have
the time
family.
it comes to
Day.
Christmas evening,
man.
it's like, fuck it. I don't really care
I don't have
anymore.
family or anyone that cares about me.
That's
That's
so
true.
Christmas Day, I'm pretty much just wide
That
open.
is true. Nobody loves case.
So there's
That
a
is
good chance
actually-
that if I survive this one, I'll just be here.
Well, you know, you can either eat a bullet or come do a podcast. One
I
or the
got a
other.
50-50 shot at it. Let's rig this thing up. Let's see what's going down.
Eat the bullets.
Hey, you never know.
Mike's such a good friend.
No, don't shoot yourself.
No, I wouldn't do that. I would
Just
literally
chew
try to chew
on a
a
bullet.
bullet.
Literally
Yeah,
just
that's
try to
disgusting.
swallow
I
a
would
bullet.
actually kill
Yeah.
myself.
You'll be
You
fine.
People are weird. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, thank you so much for joining us on Mystery Elephant. We hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Bye.
Thank you all for joining us today. We appreciate you being able to sit through all that filth and flism. But most importantly, I want you to know that we're all sinners. So even though you had to deal with those terrible people listening to awful things, saying just the worst abominations, we do appreciate it. And even though you're all sinners and you're going to hell, we just want you to check out some more on MysteryElephant.com. Thank y'all. Have a good day.